Hey guys, thanks so much for coming back to my channel. So you guys have been asking for another Nicki Minaj reading covering her career, if she's gonna get a Grammy, what, her next album release is gonna be like. Is it gonna do better than Pink Friday? Or is it going to, be bust? Like, what can we expect coming up with that? So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. If you guys see smoke, dance across over here, it is because I do have incense burning next to me. If you see anything that looks like an orb, my desk is in front of the window, you guys. So depending on the time of day, when the lights are coming on it because it's getting dark or the sun is moving, that's what causes those things to come in. Because trust me, I've actually been spending a lot of time clearing out all of this spiritual energy around me, including ancestor energy, in preparation of the transition that we all took upon today. And so I was like, we should be pretty good, because I haven't felt any spiritual stuff going on in here. I'm just working directly with God at the moment. And that is who I refer to when I say spirit. So just a little PSA, for any of the stuff that might look a little weird dancing across the camera. So Spirit, can you please join us and answer any questions that we have in regards to Nicki Minaj and her career going forward, her next album? Will Nicki ever get a Grammy? What can we expect coming up? How will her documentary do? Spirit, thank you for joining us today to answer any questions that we have in regards to the career of Nicki Minaj. Thank you, Spirit, for joining us. We don't ask for any bad intent, only the purpose of understanding. Thank you, Spirit, for joining us today. Please bless all we ask about this reading as well as our watch. Okay. And that last video, that was completely just a combination of the sun trying to come in through the little holes in the blinds and then my hoodie having all those rhinestones on it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And how have you all been feeling today with the great transition happening? That is what I am referring to it as. I'm not an astrologer. I do not purport myself to be. Any references I ever make to astrology on this channel are because either Lamar Townsend Tarot or Kaylin DeVilliers told me something, or because it's just observations that I have made. Like sometimes I'll say, oh, I noticed that a lot of Scorpios do XYZ, but it's not because I'm actually like, oh, so when I was, pulling charts last night. But if you guys do want to get your astrology chart read by somebody, especially to understand, the specifics of what is coming for you in the middle of all of this, I definitely highly recommend Lamar Townsend Tarot, and I will put his link his channel in the comments below. He knows his stuff. He is so humble but so knowledgeable, and he's really great at that. I'm actually gonna book with him myself because, like I said, I'm always learning astrology from him, but I really want to have him read my chart because he's really good at making things make sense, because a lot of times when people are talking about astrology stuff to me, they're like, so when Pluto's in trine with Jupiter at 47 degrees, and I'm like, what? It just sounds like math, and my brain's like, bleep, we can't understand. But Lamar will say, oh, because there's stuff going on over here with this means this is what you're going to experience. And I'm like, okay, now I understand. Thank you, Lamar. So the first thing that we're getting with Miss Nicki is that, she is so over this energy of having a fight with people. The Nicki hate train stuff, it's like, ugh. Like, I'm so tired of defending myself from people. People are always coming at me. There's always a story, whether it's about my personal life or about that I supposedly, you know, have an issue with somebody or whatever. And like, to her, she honestly feels like, y'all, like, most of the time I'm in the house, like, just by myself, like, thinking about, like, what, you know, what am I going to make money off of next, really, basically, you know, like, oh, should I take that next Fendi collaboration, or should I see if Donatella wants to do something for Versace instead? Like, that's what Nicki's like, what? Like, I don't even know where the hell you guys, like, pulled me into this kind of stuff. So she's just really over it. She is happy feeling that things, like, were at least starting to get to a better place for her as far as, like, how her career was going, because even though there was that hate train moment, you know, like, all the good songs that we really have gotten over the last few years, you know, when you look back at it, probably half of them did have some sort of Nicki collab on it, or songs that we never would have listened to that we did listen to because Nicki was on it. Like, to her, that was like, okay, like, you guys understand that you still need me. Like, I didn't go anywhere, guys. Like, y'all still need me to keep things popping. I mean, really, come on. Who the hell would have listened to anything Tekashi 6ix9ine put out if Nicki hadn't been on it? Like, the Barbs are where it got him to, like, those numbers that he was hitting on the charts. And now you see that he doesn't have anything else to release with Nicki. It's like, who even, like, hears anything about his music or him now? At least I haven't heard anything about him in a long time, and I'm going to stop talking about him because I don't want to summon him, because I feel like he's like one of those clowns, like, from It. It's like, if you talk about it, like, you summon that energy, and then the next thing I know, I'm going to go on Instagram, and he's going to be, like, jumping off a cliff screaming about something. So, but this is the funny thing, is that Nicki is acknowledging that, like, they still need her to be in this Queen of Swords energy. And it's talking about, like, they need me to be in this Queen of Swords energy. Like, it gets things going. Like, you know, because think about it. Megan wants the heat off of her and the Tory Lanez situation. So what's the thing that happened so that everybody starts talking about something else in relation to Megan Thee Stallion? Oh, are her and Nicki still friends? They fell out. They must have had some sort of fight. What happened there? And everybody's, you know, focused on that. And we're not tripping out about, well, how did Tory actually shoot you and not hit anything in your foot, you know, anymore. It's all about Megan's drama with other people. Nicki sees that, and she's like, you guys need me to be the Queen of Swords because I am your biggest distraction. My name gets, you know, my name trends, my name gets everybody talking. And so she sees that, like, she's acknowledging people doing things like that. You need some shine, girl? Oh, here, let's make up a story about how you and Nicki don't get along right now. So she just wants to be out of that energy, honestly, you guys. Like, she just wants to be the Queen of Wands, really, where she's sitting back creating, you know, she sort of has a choice. Do I want to be in mommy mode or work mode today, and not having to be like, let's get on Twitter and start cussing a hoe out again, you know? It's like, no, I want to be on the floor, you know, doing tummy time with my baby, and then after I put him to bed, I'm gonna go upstairs and get my pen out and, like, write, like, a freaking bomb-ass song. So she's, you know, over, like, people constantly dragging her into the nonsense. Expect her to really start to take the higher road, guys, with this Hierophant energy. That we're going to hear less and less of Nicki responding to people, even maybe in songs. Like, I'll do it once, because it's talking about I'll do it once, but it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't make just one song, like, being like, all you bitches and hoes want to try me? Well, guess what? Fuck you, Megan. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you know, in her own Nicki way, where she basically, you know, is throwing out a metaphor. And then when you're like, oh shit, did she just, like, rip Megan's whole entire life apart? But we thought she was saying something about an air conditioner. Like, the way that Nicki does it, you know what I mean? So that's what, we will get that, but that will be the end of it, is what Spirit is saying and what the cards are saying, because she's so over that we are going to start seeing her really just taking the high road, to where it's like, you wanted to drag my name into something, guess what? You're just hoping to God that I'm going to like give you some free publicity by putting that on wax. Instead, next time I'm in the studio, I'm going to talk about, well, guess what? Me and my husband, we were just like looking at mansions in Florida last week. And, oh yeah, what's that? Like, I won an award in Europe again. Like, I'm just going to brag about my accomplishments and pay you hoes dust because I'm sick of this shit. So, Nicki really wants to be in a more like emotionally balanced and happy energy in her life, with this Temperance, this Ace of Cups, and this Knight of Cups. Like, she feels very overwhelmed, and she is appreciative of the love that she has from her fans, and she wants to enjoy more of that. Like, I just want to enjoy the fact that like I have all these barbs that love me. I don't want to have to be in that space of, okay, the barbs love me, so they go fight people for me. I want it to be that the barbs are showing me love and concentrating on me, and not who's coming at me. Like, put the focus back on me. Like, you're a barb because of who? Me. Pay attention to me. That's where she wants to be in, because Nicki's definitely gonna be pulling into this Emperor energy a lot as well this next year, pulling the focus on herself. So I feel like that feels very Roman kind of energy. Like, you know, we're not letting nobody mess with us. So I think that that is where we will get the, like, you know, revisit of Roman. Like, I don't think he's going to show up a whole bunch on anything that she puts out coming up. But I think we will get a special guest appearance from Roman where he cuts all these bitches a new one and then he's out. Like, that's where that's coming in. And then it's like, okay, we're done. Like, remember Chun-Li was finished? We are finished. Like, for good. No more. That's it. Okay. So, which I mean, who wants, you have a new husband, you have a brand new baby, like, you've worked so hard that you are still, like, at the top of all of these lists of, you know, the top female rappers and even top rappers at all. Your name shows up on them. So, of course, like, you've earned your right to just sit back in your house and enjoy the fruits of your labors and be in this happy energy and what's supposed to be the happiest time of your life right now. So, Spirit, what else should we know about Nicki Minaj? What is currently going on in her life and what is coming up soon for her? And then we'll ask specific questions. Spirit, what can you look forward to for Nicki? What is her current energy? Other messages that you have for us, Spirit. And if anything doesn't come up in here too, guys, check my other readings that I did, because I did do some on her career and then her life in general. And I'll tell you this, and a lot of spiritualists have been saying this, like, Spirit itself is just at the point where they don't want to repeat anymore. So, you know, they're not going to tell us all the same information every single time that we sit down to do a reading or bring up stuff, because they're like, okay, yeah, like, that might be relevant to what you're asking about now, but we told you last time. So go back and watch that. We're not going to keep repeating ourselves. Like, it's time for you guys to listen. That's also why I keep telling people there's going to be very swift karma, both good and bad, coming, because Spirit's like, you've had all this time to learn. If you don't know by now, like, to be a good person, then we just gotta let you fall on your face and figure it out, you know? Same way that we were talking about Megan's spiritual guidance around her is going on. It's the same thing. So everybody's gonna be feeling that. Well, right now she definitely is, you know, in this hermit and just trying to enjoy her time as being a mom. But she also is acknowledging that, you know, people are coming at her like always. And it is in reference to her husband. But we're not going to really, like, discuss that too much, other than that, you know, it is bothering her because she feels like, can you guys let me ever have like a moment to enjoy anything? Like, that's where she feels like I'm trying to be happy and it's just too much for you guys. You have to do something because you can't leave me alone, right? So, but she also is talking about knowing that a lot of this is about, you know, people doing things for money. That's her perception of it. Of course, people wanting to gang up against her because they think that it's some sort of financial gain to them in the future. But that's all Spirit's gonna acknowledge about that. She is happy though. I mean, she really is. Like, when it comes down to it, on like a soul level, Nicki is in a really happy place in her life in this moment. She definitely is trying to figure out when is the right time to completely like get back to work. I know she does have a lot of stuff that we will be getting this next year, you guys, coming out. I know she said before, after the Queen album, that she did have like a whole entire other album ready to go at any moment if she, like, when she felt like it would be the time to drop it. I don't feel we're getting that album next though, guys, and we might not actually get that album the way that she originally wanted to release it, because it's talking about a lot of it's like addressing like old stuff that she just doesn't want to revisit anymore. And now it's like that I'm in this happier place in my life. Like, I don't really feel like I want to like bring up old stuff. And yeah, even if I went in and like laid down a different verse, like if I was like, say for example, like shooting some, you know, some shade towards Cardi, and I went in and re-recorded it as something else, or shot shade at Megan instead, or whatever, like, it's still perpetuating that time period, and it's like, I don't like that energy. I don't want to go back to that. So whatever we're getting next from her, I feel like it is going to be really new stuff that she started writing when she was pregnant. Spirit, please tell me, what can we expect coming up with Nicki Minaj's next album? I guess we refer to it as NM5. And then people were starting to call it, is it PF2? Because I know that there's like a couple versions of Pink Friday, and I can't remember. I used to have them, and then the car that I had them in got stolen, and so, but I mean, who listens to CDs anyways? I'm pretty sure I have it on Apple Music or something, but you know, I have Queen on there. Okay, so these cards are repeating, followed by the Wheel of Fortune. So it is talking about her deciding not to actually like focus on the songs that she already had recorded that we just talked about, and being more focused on moving forwards and focusing on the happier parts of her life and her music coming up. She's working something out with Drake and Lil Wayne too before this next album comes. So I know there's also those, you know, stuff that's come out surrounding Lil Wayne's masters. I am going to do a reading on Lil Wayne coming up. People wanted me to do them on like his gun charges, but I was waiting because Spirit said there was going to be more stuff that was coming, and so just to wait so we could just do one video on it and address all of the stuff that he's in the middle of right now, because it all is connected, and so it would make more sense in the context. And that's why sometimes too, you guys, like when you guys ask me for certain readings, like I'm definitely going to do them. I just wait for Spirit to tell me okay, go ahead and connect to that person's energy, because, you know, especially when somebody's like a spirit that's crossed over, like Kobe, he's with Vanessa not a lot right now, so it's not fair for us to pull on his energy to ask him a bunch of questions when she needs him more. And when spirit tells me that it's the right time to go ahead and like talk to him, then we definitely will. And sometimes spirits, you know, don't only need a moment to cross over. Sometimes they need their energy to help somebody else. And so, you know, we have to sort of wait until they're in a better place. And then we can say, okay, now can we have a conversation, Kobe, or whoever you guys wanted me to talk to? And also keep in mind that readings are draining, especially medium readings. So I have to be in the right frame of mind that I'm able to protect myself before, during, and after, and cleanse, and all the other stuff that comes with the medium reading. So she's definitely waiting, you know, right now, enjoying her happiness at home, but also she's trying to figure out when she feels is going to be the best time for her to release this next, you know, album, because it's obviously now she has a baby to consider, and it's like, okay, you know, obviously, like, if everything opens up this next year and I do go on tour, you know, like, is it practical to go on tour with a 6-month-old, or should I wait to release it so that by the time that I would go on tour, he'd be a year or two old, and, you know, it would not be like such a big deal. And so she is trying to keep in mind like how it will affect, you know, her family going forwards. Also, it's talking here about Kenny's showing up as the emperor only in the sense of, you know, because she has the empress energy, so he's matching her as the dad, wanting to work out things with him as well, so that it won't be a hindrance if they do travel or go anywhere, and so that he can be there to help with the baby and everything. Because you guys have to keep in mind, Nicki is not going to just let her kid be with a bunch of like nannies. Like, oh, who's Kim Kardashian's nanny? Yeah, I'm going to hire her. Like, no, like, Nicki might hire Kim Kardashian's nanny, but she's going to be like, Kenny, you're going to stand outside the door and you're going to listen to everything that happens in that room when she's in there with him. Like, don't you dare move. Like, Nicki is very overprotective of her son. So she's excited about it, though. She feels like she has like come up with some really good stuff. You guys, she's probably about like 75%, maybe 80% of the way done with it. Like I said, I kept feeling like she was writing a lot when she was pregnant, and the rest of it is gonna come, you know, her being a mom and everything over the next few months. So I keep feeling like if we do actually get a whole album from her this year, guys, it's gonna be later in the year, like around like in September, October release. She's not gonna do it right at the beginning of the year though, but we will get other stuff from her. So the same way that she just randomly dropped Yikes, like we will get a couple songs that she'll just randomly drop out of nowhere that are her own. And then of course, like lots of collabs, like always. But I do see the album being very well received once she does put it out, because we have this 9 of Pentacles and 6 of Pentacles energy coming up. So that's good. She is nervous about it too, because she felt like Queen should have done much better than it did. And so it's like, okay, like, is the hate train over? Is it not? Are you guys gonna support me? Are you not? I know you like me when I'm on a song with NBA Youngboy, but will you like me when it's just me on the song, you know? Like, so I feel like the random little songs that she will drop on her own, you know, similar to Yikes, they're testing the waters to see, like, is now, you know, the right time to start thinking about when are we going to do the album rollout, or should we wait a little bit longer or start thinking about doing it next year? So be prepared for that. So Spirit, is her next album going to do better than Pink Friday? Spirit, please answer yes or no. Will her next album do better charts-wise sales than Pink Friday? Thank you, Spirit, for joining us, for answering any questions. We are asking yes or no if Nicki's album overall will do better than Pink Friday. It'll do good, you guys, but I just don't feel that it is what is going to top Pink Friday. But keep in mind, Beyonce is the same thing, you know, like she has a few albums that are just so iconic that no matter how much we've loved anything else that she's come out with, it hasn't always been like the big chart topper, like when, you know, we got Crazy in Love and Dangerously in Love and all of that. Like, you know, there's people who really, really loved Black is King and will still listen to every song on the album, you know, today. And they have since it was released. Whereas other people, you know, listen to it a couple times. We're like, yeah, that's good. But like, it's not their favorite body of work that she's ever released. And they just go right back to listening to the Crazy in Love, Dangerously in Loves, you know, instead. So it doesn't always mean something bad. It just means that they had a particular body of work that was just so iconic that it's like, how do you ever top that? You know, I'm sure Cher has ones like that, Madonna, like it's really common for artists, you guys. Doesn't mean that all of a sudden that artist is a flop. It just means that they just were, you know, that had that magical moment with that one piece of work that it's like, it's forever going to be remembered and you can't top that. Spirit, will Nicki ever get a Grammy? Spirit, will Nicki ever get a Grammy? Spirit, will Nicki Minaj ever get a Grammy? Yes or no? Thank you, Spirit. Will Nicki Minaj ever get a Grammy? Yes or no? So the next Grammy Awards, you guys, I keep feeling like she will get nominated for something. This is my own intuitive thing that I'm picking up, but it's going to be kind of like a bullshit thing like they did to Beyonce the year that Adele won, when we were all like, okay, Adele's good, but like, did you like not watch Lemonade? Like, hello? And it was like, oh, you got like Best Art and Light Direction, and it was like, what the F? Like, what? Like, hello, it's Beyonce. Like, yeah, it's gonna be something like that where she might get nominated for like best soundtrack or something, like, because I keep feeling it being like connected to her documentary, and it's like, oh, that's the like thing that you give her as her first Grammy, like best soundtrack to her own documentary. Like, hello, like you should have nominated her for all the songs that were on that, for all the albums that she like, are you kidding me? Like, it's not gonna make sense, you guys. 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, see, it's like this next year it's something funky, but the following, when she releases the album, I do actually feel her getting a Grammy nod. But also keep in mind, guys, and I will do a reading on the Grammys probably sometime this week. It's not going to be taken that seriously. Like, it's kind of going to be like a Kids' Choice Award, because people are so over the dumbest decisions that they do make, like, you know, nominating Beyonce for best sound, and it's like in lighting, and you're like, hello, what the F? Like, people are so over it that I don't even think artists are even gonna value it. Like, nobody's really gonna care too much, and it's just me like, you got nominated for a Grammy? Oh, cool. Like, I got an MTV Europe award. Is kind of the same thing now, you know, like, whoop-de-doo. So anyways, guys, I love you all so much. Just to let you know, the new video special readings that I am offering are listed on the site, and you can also use coupon code Bella20 to book 20% off any 20-minute or up phone reading with me. I love you all so much, and I hope that you are having an amazing day. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do all of those things, and I will be back with more videos soon. My eyes are like, that's why I keep going like this, because the smoke is irritating the crap out of my eyes. Guys, I gotta go. Bye.